Hello students, welcome to FIBSc electronic class. I am Dr. Saroj Hole. I am going to teach you the electronics. This is a portion of paper 1, basics of applied electronics, unit 2, network theorems. Now why these network theorems you have to study? That is the first question. Now whenever you are dealing with electronics, you might have to deal with might in future various complicated networks which contains lot of number of the voltage sources, current sources, resistances and many more components. Now such complicated networks it is not easy to deal with. You cannot find out voltage currents in the branch. So first you have to transfer this complicated network into a simple one. So the network theorems is the simplest method or simplest solution for the conversion of a complicated network into a simple one. Now this is one of the theorem, maximum power transfer theorem you have to study. The basic concept of this theorem is or basic application is whenever two networks are cascaded or connected from one network to the another network, maximum power to be transferred. Now what should be the condition that is stated in this maximum power transfer theorem? So in this statement you just see that it states that maximum power is transferred from the source to the load when load resistance equals the internal resistance of the source. That means the value of a load resistance of the network from which the power is transferred to the another network should be equal to the load resistance where the power is going to be transferred. Then only it is possible. That is, if Ri is the internal resistance of the source and RL is the load resistance, then maximum power is transferred only when Ri is equal to RL. So both the resistances must be same. Okay. So this is the actual maximum power transfer theorem. Now in examination or in university exam, all generally the question is asked that state and prove maximum power transfer theorem. So you have to write this statement and this is the proof we are going to take now. Now this is a network given VTH, RTH, RL. This is the simplest network with two resistance and one voltage source. Now I have to find out the maximum power transfer condition when it is possible. Now the total power delivered by the supply such as ETH is absorbed by both the equivalent resistance and the load resistance. Any power delivered by the source that does not get to the load is lost to the Thevenin resistance. Now maximum power transfer in maximum power transfer theorem, when designing a circuit, it is often important to be able to answer one of the following question. What load should be applied to a system to ensure that the load is receiving maximum power from the system? For a particular load, what conditions should be imposed on the source to get or so that it will deliver the maximum power it available with it? So we are going to find out that condition now. Now this is the simplest circuit. Now in this circuit you just see RTH is the internal resistance of a voltage source, RL is the load resistance, VTH is the applied voltage. Okay. As shown in the figure, the load resistance RL is connected to the voltage source VTH with internal resistance RTH. Now current drawn by the load RL will be I is equal to V upon RL plus RTH by Ohm's law. Now the power delivered to the load can be estimated using the power relation P is equal to I square RL. Now put the value of I will be VTH upon RL plus RTH square. Okay. So the P will be I square into RL. Now the internal resistance RTH of a voltage source is constant. It doesn't change. Thus the power delivered by the source will depend on the load value RL only. Now, when the maximum power is transferred, it will depend upon the RL value. Hence, the derivative of a power with respect to RL will be 0 for maximum power transfer. You just note, the derivative of a power with respect to RL will be 0 for maximum power transfer. So, this condition is most important. Therefore, now we are going to differentiate the above power relation with respect to RL. So, if I if I differentiate both the sides, what will get? Delta P upon delta RL is equal to delta V square upon delta Vt square upon delta RL upon RL plus RL RTH plus RL square, okay, into RL, okay, which is equal to 0. Now differentiating the terms, we will write, this will be the next step. Now we will equalize it will 0. Now what happens? Since VTH is not equal to 0, so what will happen? This RL plus RTH square will be equal to 2RL, okay, into RL plus RTH. So RL plus RTH is equal to 2RL. Okay, you got this? Now RL is equal to RTH. So thus maximum power transfer takes place when the resistance of the load equals the Thevenin resistance RTH. Now this differentiating you might have studied in 12th class, 11th class, also in mathematics. First in mathematics there is a differentiation. So there is no need to give each and every step for this differentiation. I think you know all these things, okay? So I have skipped that steps. Okay. So final is RTH is equal to RL. Now the maximum power transfer takes place when the resistance of the load equals the Thevenin resistance RTH. Note also that maximum power is equal to VTH upon RTH plus RL square into RL when RL is equal to RTH. This is the condition. Thus, at the best, one half of the power is dissipated in the internal resistance, one half in the load. That means power is now divided half up. Okay. Now what happens? Here you just see. In this figure, we are defining the conditions for maximum power to load using the Thevenin's equivalent circuit. And in next figure, you just see Thevenin equivalent network to be used to validate the maximum power transfer theorem. So if I take both the networks and if I do the experiment in lab, I will get such type of readings for current, voltage for different load. Now I am changing the load value. I am putting RTH and VTH same. I am just changing the load value. Then I observed that the maximum peak is appeared when RTH value becomes equal to RL value, load value. And that I have noted down. And then I draw the figure. And then I draw the graph. Okay. So this type of graph I get. So if the load applied is less than the Thevenin resistance, the power to the load will drop off rapidly as it gets smaller. However, if the applied load is greater than the Thevenin's resistance, the power to the load will not drop off as rapidly as its resistance. So this graph shows the peak value. At this peak value, RL becomes equal to RTH and therefore maximum PL max appeared at that peak point. Okay. So from this graph you easily understand that the maximum power transfer condition is what? RL should be equal to internal resistance RTH or RI of the circuit. If efficiency is the overriding factor, then the load should be much larger than the internal resistance of the supply. If maximum power transfer is desired and efficiency less of a concern, then the condition is dictated by the maximum power transfer theorem should be applied. So this is a graph of efficiency of operation versus increasing value of RL. What happens if I increase the value of RL? Okay. You understood, all of you? Now this is the assignment. You have to submit it after 1 week. Solve it in your assignment book. There are 6 to 7 questions given in the assignment. Now for the given circuit, calculate the value of RL for which the power dissipated in it would be maximum. Also estimate the power. Now there is another assignment. Verify the maximum power transfer theorem for different values. Verify the maximum power transfer theorem for the given network. All these examples, many examples are solved examples in your textbooks. You can refer that also. If any difficulty comes, ask me. So these are the 5 examples. Some of the examples given, they are already asked in university exam. So you solve it and submit the assignment. Now you have to refer these are the reference books for the maximum power transfer theorem, also all network theorems. Introductory circuit analysis by Bolstead. This is also the one of the educational site for reference. Thank you.